All right, welcome everybody back to another weekend of minor league esports. My name is Sleeky. Join with me in the commentary booth this evening is the one and only Big Mac Dan. And you know, Dan, we have got quite the lineup for everybody tonight, starting off with the Champions League Spectre and Flames.
Yeah, it's a very interesting matchup here. We've got two teams with very different mid-season fortunes. Spectre sat at the bottom of their division, the Mystic division, but they're only a win away from jumping all the way up to second. Meanwhile, on the flip side, the Flames are sat in second in the Tropic division, and yet they're tied for first with the Pandas currently, and one win could take them all the way to the top into that guaranteed playoff position.
Yeah, it's a very competitive environment going on in the Champions League right now. Like a lot of teams, especially as we're getting farther along into the latter end of this season, sort of getting themselves prepared and ready for a playoff push. You can see here on the screen now with the conference standings how everyone is faring, how everybody is looking to go. And it really just means that as we move along the final part of the season, Dan, every single game, not just series, but every game is immensely important.
Yeah, and picking up wins in every format, even if you end up losing the series by game three, picking up those next two games is possibly the most important aspect to not let your head get down, excuse me, when you lose a series and still be able to make it a close run thing. It will determine which teams make it to the playoff this season and which teams are left at the wayside.
Yeah, because the teams that sort of have that killer instinct in them are going to be the ones that are good to go. And one of the biggest things with that as well is, like you sort of mentioned, making sure that essentially, even if they start to go down, um, that sorry about that. I lost my train of thought
It's,
for a moment.
it's all good.
But even
Happens
then,
to
if they
us.
start to go down, even those later games matter. If you're 4 goals down, it can still be huge in order to get yourselves back level, get some games back on the board, and then figure out a way to at least get something to set you up better moving down the road.
And we've seen several times on stream and off where teams have started off series weak and have been able to, as time progresses, even if they got destroyed in game one, they're able to come back and then win the series overall because they have just a general understanding of getting that mentality right and being able to correctly implement a strategy to deal with the team that they're playing against.
Yeah, and bear with us for one moment. We're just working through a quick technical difficulty with the server, but once we get that resolved, we will be able to get underway with the first game of tonight. And you know, we've been talking a little bit about the standings and everything, but one thing that's important, Dan, is who do you think is actually going to be able to come away with the victory in this game? I mean, you got the Spectre and Flames. They're both really going to be trying their hardest to get as many wins as they can. Based off what we talked about and what you've seen, like who do you think is going to be able to come away with the victory?
Well, as someone who is a part of the Champion League and someone who plays in AAA and formats, I've seen most of these players around and about, and I've gotten a great deal of practice playing with all of them. Personally speaking, the Spectres roster just speaks to me more as a dominant roster. Silky and Toastables have been incredible in formats; they've been doing great. On the flip side, you got the Flames. You got Wolfalone, who's been popping off big in select sessions, and it comes down to which team gels the best today. In my eyes, not the team that has the flashier play. It's not the team that picks up the best defensive record. It's the team that's able to make those passing plays into the midfield and break opponents down that way that will determine which team wins.
Yeah, teamwork absolutely going to be critical in this game for both sides, really, especially once you start getting up into these higher ranks with the Champions League and Premier League. Being able to just work with your teammate well, especially with how possession based twos is going to be a key for both of these teams to come away with a win. It does look like we've got the server issue taken care of. So we're just a few moments away from getting started with game number 1 of this week 6 on minor league esports. Again, we're in the Champions League. It's the Spectre going off against the Flames. Dan, take it away.
It's going to be a almost diagonal kickoff. Wolf alone with a great beat onto Silky, but it's only going to go as far as Toastables. Plays the ball across the midfield, and just like I pointed out, a passing play already. Neither man able to reach the ball, and it's going to roll into the corner. Ball comes dangerously in front of the box. It's going to be cleared by Luke. Only as far as Toastables. Shot towards net. Great save by Wolf alone. A little demo attempt there for Silky. Doesn't really pay off. Good 50 there from Toastables. Puts the ball on the sidewall, but no one challenges it. Allows Luke to get the shot on. Silky's going to play it across to the far side of the field. Wolf alone with a glancing touch. Not able to get enough of the ball. Ball's going to go deep into the Flames half, and the Spectre looks to mount an offensive here. Shot from Silky. Luke forces it wide off the corner post. It's been a cagey first 45 seconds.
Yeah, the Flames have been struggling to get out of their own half so far. Spectre have been doing a really good job of getting pressure downfield and applying it towards net. The defense has been holding strong so far. That can only last for so long. Some solid pressure building right now. Wolf alone with an open net. And after all of that, including talking about how prominent the Spectre have been on offense, it's the Flames who score first.
It was a great play by Luke, passing the ball off the corner, a great flip pass, and then getting the bump onto the defender, taking him out of the play, leaving that goal open for Wolf alone. And just like that, the Flames, a minute in, have the advantage. Ball going to roll deep into the Spectre's half. I think that was a miss there on the side of Silky. Leaves the goal open, and Luke will double the lead in just a short amount of time.
Yeah, and that's going to be huge for them in this game. I mean, to start off with so much pressure in your own half and then to turn that into 2 quick goals downfield, that is absolutely massive. And now it's going to be the Spectres who have to try and figure out a way to get out of this hole they found themselves in.
It's all about resetting that mind, like I said earlier, just making sure that you are focused and not getting agitated by every single touch that the opponent makes, able to control the ball. Speaking of controlling the ball, Luke now with it in his own half, looking to keep it on the backboard, baits in the challenge from Toastables and plays it right past him. Now looking with a limited amount of boosted display, gets the back boost off of Silky without getting the shot. The shot comes in. A good double save from Toastables and Silky there. The ball goes flying into the Flames half, and now they look to counter-attack.
Yeah, an opportunity opening up. Silky taking advantage as well. Wolf alone caught in an off position there all the way on far post. And Silky just able to get that in. That actually came off of an excellent bump from Toastables.
It's been this heavy, aggressive style play on both offensive fronts. Bumps are it seems like the meal of the day. Toastables now with a triple. He wins the 50 of the kickoff, and it's just an open net. Where was Luke?
Well, Luke looked like he was there. He was so close to actually finding the save off the goal line, but the ball just sneaks in. Man, that was close.
It looked
almost
like he was
got an incredible save.
It's going to wrap it out of the net. It was so close to going in, to going out. My apologies. And now the Spectre equalised within a minute. Toastables looks for a bump goal there, but Wolf alone able to dodge around it. Silky now controlling the ball in the midfield. As a challenge from Wolf alone, gets a great dunk. And now Wolf alone looking to put this one at the far post off the crossbar and out. The defenses have looked shaky on both ends. It feels like every shot is threatening to the point of almost goal. And now Toastables playing this one looping over the backboard. Luke's going to clear it up. And the ball settles on Silky's car, looks for the dribble. Doesn't get control of it, and Wolf alone's going to clear it for a counter-attack attempt.
And one thing I'm noticing right now from this Flames team is they seem to be a little bit panicky. They're giving away possession when they don't necessarily have to. Luke finally keeping it close, which is a good move, but then he just drives it straight into Silky. A double commit from them now as well. The Flames have to calm their nerves and really start to focus on centered plays towards goal, because right now it feels like they're rushing around and the Spectre are taking advantage of it.
And you can tell that there's the chemistry between Silky and Toastables there. An attempted pass into the midfield. Toastables went straight up for it, couldn't get on the end of it, but now, ball bouncing in front of the net. It's going to be cleaned up by Wolf. He's going to control it on the sidewall. Looks to try and dribble it, but Silky is a wall in that midfield, and Toastables, reading that his teammate was struggling, able to clear the ball deep into the Flames half, comes dangerously in front of the box. Wolf alone. He's just going to be able to control it in his corner. Ball goes up to the side wall. Toastables and Wolf alone had a little bit of contact there. Both didn't look like they had much boost. Toastables was going to win out the exchange and get another 50 with Luke. Silky's going to be able to capitalize, puts it high above the net. Neither of the Flames can get there, and Silky is going to take the Spectre's lead right back.
Yeah, and this is just a beautiful shot as well. He knew, he was so confident when he went up for that Luke couldn't even get up to it. He tried as hard as he could, but just a wonderful shot from Silky. And like you said, that put Spectre in the lead. And this could be the start of something special for them, because a victory in this series for the Spectre would be a massive upset.
Yeah, considering their division and overall positioning, they are needing this win more than most realize. And you've got to think that that mentality is going to continue through to their playstyle. They're going to play all out because they need to this season. Toastables going to control it into his own half. Luke's going to make that challenge, but the 50 goes favorably for the Spectre. Toastables again, a great read. He's beaten one. The goal looks dangerously open, but Luke's rotated back. Ball across the net. No one's there to read it, and Toastables is playing ball chase at this moment. He's trying to go for a bump play, can't get it, and Luke's going to clean it up in the defense.
Yeah, and that's a good center from Silky. Unfortunate that Toastables wasn't there. Could be an opportunity on the counter from Wolf Alone here as well, but again, not a whole lot of pressure, especially with only 30 seconds left in this game. The Flames need to try and find anything they can offensively downfield, because the Spectre are just going to look to kill time.
And it looks like the Flames, pardon the pun here, the spark has gone out a little bit in terms of their drive on offense. They're just throwing the ball forward, not really getting much going. As I say that, a little miss from Silky and Luke, almost able to gather it in, but Toastables is going to clear it all the way down the field. And that, as long as this ball touches the ground, should be the end of game one. Spectre, take it.
Yeah, and a really good showing for them in game one. I mean, we saw there early on in the series, or in this first game of the series, we saw Spectre put a lot of initial pressure, and then the Flames score two quick 1-2 punch goals. And then from there, the Spectre just never gave up. They stuck to their guns. They kept with their game plan. They started scoring consistent goals. An excellent shot from Silky to put them in the lead. And then they end up taking the win by just holding on to what they have. So good initial start for the Spectre. And it makes me wonder if we're going to see the Flames now start to pick it up a little bit, because I'm not sure if they really expected the Spectre to come out this prominent on the field.
No, I don't think anyone really saw it coming. The Spectre have they've had a bit of a bad run of form before this last week. They had lost the last 4 games on the bounce, picked up a win last week, so to maybe have tried to recapture that momentum that they almost never had, and now coming forward into game 2, they've got that game win. They're probably thinking to themselves that they have all of the momentum right now, that they can do anything to beat this Flames offense and their defense, and that they can take this series in a dominant fashion.
Well, we'll see about that. There's still plenty of Rocket League left to be played. Only one game down. So the Flames could very well get their act back together in this series. But it's going to be important for them to try and start some sort of momentum here in game 2 as we get started.
Ball's going to fall in the midfield. Silky's going to get a great shot, but Wolfalone's going to be equal to it. Toastables reads him in the corner, but it's only as far as Luke, who sends the ball back into midfield. Silky with another long arcing ball towards the Flames net. This one was off target and it's going to be collected. Now Luke with a dribble attempt. Wolfalone playing demo in front. Not able to find anyone, and the ball's going to be cleared by Silky, who now looks to form a counter-attack here for the Spectre. Ball in front of the box. Toastables isn't reading it, but neither is Luke. Flames defense again looking shaky.
Yeah, not a great start for them in this game. It's similar to what we saw in game 1. I mean, of course, after we saw them shaky defensively in game 1, they did score a quick 2 goals, but we'll see if that sort of momentum continues. Oh no, Silky had an open look on net, just couldn't get it quite on target. Now this could be an opportunity for the Flames. Luke takes control, but he slows it down, and Toastable's just able to pick it up.
He looked like he was going for a demo play, and he gets the demo eventually. But it looked like he was going for a demo play to try and put the ball into the back of the net by bumping the defender out of the way. But he slowed it down too much. Silky was able to work his way around him. Now, Luke with the ball plays it to the far side. Wolfalone's going to be equal to it, but the passing plays from the Spectre have been a lot better than the Flames. More perfectly passed across the midfield, but it's not going to end up in a goal for the Spectre. Ball falls into their half. A good 50 from Toastables allows Silky the control of the ball here, but he's just giving it away to Luke, who's now going to control it into the midfield.
Oh, that's a good demo from Silky as well. Could be an open goal opportunity for Toastables. Wolf alone gets the touch on his way back. Silky, though, follows it up. And Spectre off to a 1-0 lead.
And following on from that momentum, that another great aerial shot from Silky. He's able to just feather his boost, control himself so he's in the right position to angle that ball behind the defender and into the back of the net. The Spectre now, with 2 minutes gone, have the lead. The Flames have to break out of their own half here.
Well, almost there as well. They're starting to get a little bit of danger coming their way. Just as I say that, it's a wonderful pass off the side wall. The demo coming in huge. And Wolf alone just able to send that dead in the center of net to get them back level in game 2.
What you gotta feel bad for there is Toastables. He goes up for the save, Silky makes it, but then Wolf alone comes underneath him to make the demo onto him, and then as he respawns, he's met by Luke, who's coming in with the pass, who takes him out for a second time. There was nothing that anyone on the Spectre's defense could do there. A shot again from the Flames, and it's just gone clear deep into their half. Wolf alone's going to control it though. A good aerial attempt. Silky's going to be able to read it though. Toastables with the win on the sidewall. The ball's going to come dangerously towards the Flames net. Toastables get a bit of a pinch on the wall. Not the pass he was looking for. And the Flames are going to be able to collect this in their own half.
This could be an opportunity developing here for the Flames as well, as Wolf alone does a really good job of getting it out of his own half. He sort of bails on that ball, though. I think he could have been able to take that a little bit farther. Toastables wasn't even the best of positions, and it's still floating around that midfield. But one thing we haven't seen a lot from this Flames team so far this game is offensive pressure. They continue to have to defend themselves against opportunities like this from the Spectre.
Toastables with some great car control. A double demo in the midfield has left the Spectre's goal a bit open. Luke with the shot, he puts it behind Toastables, who just can't get his car on the end of it. And the Flames take the lead.
And surgical here, the shot from Luke right behind Toastables. Feels backflip all you want. You're not going to make the touch on that. And the Flames now controlling the lead yet again in this series. We'll see if they can hold on to it. There's about 1:45 left. They let it go last time. Let's see if they can make it the difference here in game 2.
Wolf alone with an attempted shot. I think there was a little backflip from Luke and a great demo from Silky. He might not have the boost, but he definitely has the pressure here. Now, tries to look for Toastables in the midfield. Plays in front of the box. Wolf alone's going to be equal to it, and it's going to go deep into their corner. Now Toastables also lacking boost, unable to get the ball past Wolf, and now the counter-attack is on for the Flames. Ball comes flying towards the middle. Luke's there to read it back into the middle. Wolfalo's not there. Silky wasn't getting anywhere near that ball. And now the counter-attack on maybe for the Spectre.
Oh, that's a wide open half. Toastables taking advantage, but it's off the post. Silky with the rebound. And thank goodness for the Spectres that he was there, because Toastables would have been feeling bad if he had missed that on a wide open half.
And there's a little bit of off-ball play there. Silky turned Luke all the way around. There was no way he was getting back to make that save. Gave him the open net off of the, we'll say the rebound shot there from Toastables. Wolf alone now going up, plays it off of the backboard, but Toastables is going to get the dunk on Luke, and the Spectre are going to... Toastables isn't going to miss this open net. It's right down the middle, and the Spectre 3-2 up with 48 seconds remaining.
Call it Caster's curse, but a minute ago I was talking about the Flames trying not to give away their lead again, but now they have 48 seconds, and it's Spectre who find themselves in front. They've shown that they're really good at killing time when they need to so far this series. And now another opportunity for them to do it again. Toastables with the fake. Luke did not see it coming, and that doubles their lead.
And you think Toastables hit this ball, it's going off the crossbar and out. But the fact that he faked it, got Luke to bite on it, hits his own crossbar. There's nothing you can do as a defender when you're rotating back and that ball is coming towards the net. And now Silky looking to add to the Flames' misery. A good fake there from Luke. Pulls Toastables out of the way. But the ball is going to fall comfortably into the Spectre's own half. Good save there from Silky. Ball's going to return to Luke in the midfield. Wolf now looking for a demo or a bump play onto Toastables. I'm not sure if he got it. He goes up for the aerial, but Toastables is going to clear it. And the Spectre are going to be allowed to reset in their own half with 10 seconds remaining.
Well, unless they can score on this opportunity, which they are not going to be able to do. Spectre, well, hold on. Wolf alone on the follow-up. He's going to get a goal. There's 3 seconds left. I was just about ready to call it, but that missed hit from Toastables might be their downfall if the Flames can get a last-second goal here.
It is definitely not out of the question at this point. It could easily go either way. I've got a feeling that the Flames are going to get this kickoff goal. It goes high. It's going to bounce off the ceiling. And no, I'm just going to be wrong again. The ball is put straight down into the floor. And the Spectre take game 2.
A close one there. If you're the Spectre, you've got to be careful in those situations not to overcommit, because if you let a kickoff goal in there, now you're in overtime, and suddenly the Flames have all of the momentum. It ends up not working out that way, and they've got a 2-0 lead on the series. And again, like we mentioned at the start, this would be a massive upset for the Spectre if they were able to walk away with a victory here. And they're one game away from winning the series. But again, here, if you're new to MLE, we do play all 5. So we'll see all 5 either way. But a win in game 3 for the Spectre would be absolutely massive.
Yeah, and to think about their record coming into this, it is a complete shock to the system, both to possibly the Spectres and to the Flames. The fact that they came into this series 13-22 for their win-loss record in games throughout the season, and the fact that they are coming in, I believe it's 2-5. Yeah, 2-5 overall win-loss series record. They've been struggling to pick up these series, pick up these games, but now they've got 2 to their name already. Let's see if they can make it 3 in game 3.
Yeah, well, this is going to be a big one. If you're the Flames, you're trying to prevent the series loss. And if you're the Spectres, well, you're trying to make the series victory. It's going to be close all the way out through here, because the Spectre, like we've been mentioning, with how far behind they are on the table, are going to need all 5 if they can out of this.
Yeah, and all 5 would easily push them towards that top 2 position. A good save there and a good pinch from the Flames. That ball straight in the back of the net. Wolf alone and Luke with a great pinch from their own half, and it goes straight in with 10 seconds gone. And the Flames take an early lead.
And that's how they wanted to start this game. Don't even have to get on defense. Start it with an immediate play downfield. It puts you in the lead, and now it's the Spectre who've got to worry about trying to come back from behind. As Luke takes that again, we'll see how often they're able to keep that offensive pressure alive.
Good challenge there from Wolf alone on Silky. Stopped him from redirecting the ball towards their net. And Luke's going to be able to control it in his own half. He gets a little flick. Not able to put it over Silky. He gets a little touch, but it's not very helpful. Ball comes towards the box, but Toastable's going to be equal to it. Plays it high. Silky's not getting on the end of it, and Luke's going to control it in his own half. Ball back across the middle there from Toastables, and a great save from Wolf alone. And now he looks to counterattack, sends the ball deep into Spectre territory. The ball comes in front of the box.
Oh,
Luke hits
no.
it off the crossbar. And the
Oh,
Flames,
Luke.
you've got to feel for them, because now the counterattack's on. The Spectre are going to be allowed to set up a little bit in the midfield and possibly get a goal out of this play. A fake from Silky, but he's not able to get it past Luke, and the ball now comes dangerously towards the Spectre's half.
Could have been a great opportunity to go up 2-0. I mean, it was another wide open net. When I go to, if the Spectre are going to miss a wide open net, then the Flames should as well. It's another one there. Toastables doesn't find it, but he can't get it on target. And that feels like 2 missed opportunities in a row for the Flames to get off to a 2-0 lead in this game 3 that they desperately need to win. That ball floating back down. Toastables will take control now. They'll look to put it in his corner. Get it out in mid. He does. Luke with a touch. It's a double commit from Wolf alone. Silky's going to be there, but it's off the bar. Toastables on the follow through, but Wolf alone staying on top. It's eventually broken down. And man, open nets and these teams not scoring on them. Name a better combination.
And now Wolf alone able to control the ball, but only as far as Silky. Silky with a great challenge. Now Wolf alone again tries to play it across the midfield. He gets demoed for his efforts. Toastables with the dunk. and Silky is going to put it away. The Spectre equalize after all of those missed opportunities from the Flames.
And there's an open goal that's nigh on impossible to miss. Silky just finishing it off there at the final part. You get the Spectre back level, 2:43 to go. And we've got ourselves an incredibly close ball game right now.
And it feels like this has been the story every single game this series. The Flames take a lead, and the Spectre are able to just claw it back piece by piece and get the game win. A ball across the
Oh my.
That was so close, but it's very hard to read. A pinch pass across the front of the net. Wolfalone going to make the save, set up Luke for a counter-attack maybe, but he loses control of the ball. Toastables looks for something. Silky gets a weird touch there. Wolfalone again looking for a bump. The aggressive physical play breaking out from the Flames. They know how much this game means to them. Toastables with the aerial fake underneath Wolfalone's challenge, and the Spectre take a lead again.
And that is just beautiful reads from Toastables to see Wolfalone in that position and know exactly what he needs to do. And that could be a Balls Guarana play of the week as well. Remember, everybody at home, if you see a play and you think it's clip worthy, go ahead and clip it and send it to us, because whoever the winner is will get a free case of Balls Guarana. And thank you to Balls Guarana for sponsoring our play of the week as we continue on with this critical game 3 as Toastables almost makes it 3 for the Spectre.
And now Luke with a counter-attack. It looked like a bit of an overcommit for the Spectre. They relied on that going in. But Luke's save, a brilliant save at that, has allowed the Flames to, for the first time since they've gone behind in Game 2, have equalized. And have made it 2-2 with a minute 40 to go.
Yeah, changing it up just a bit. We'll see if they can do what they need to do to get themselves back in front, especially in the latter stages of this game. That's a great pass to Silky from Toastables. He's not going to be able to follow it up, and this could be an opportunity on the offense for Flames.
That's a very awkward touch there for Toastables. Wolfalone bullies him into the back of the net. There's not much you can really do if you're Toastables at that point. Accidental own goal, you can call it that. I call it a calculated pull shot from Wolfalone.
Either way, it puts the Flames back in front. 1:24 to go. And the Spectre need to try and find at least one, but preferably two, to get themselves fully back in this game. They have an opportunity to win the series right here in Game 3.
You got to think, though, in the heads of the Spectre players, they're going to be thinking, well, we can afford to let this game go. But knowing how these players are playing right now, they're going to give everything to take this game and take the full series before the series really gets going. Ball in front of the box. Wolfalone's going to be able to collect it and try and dribble this down the field. Silky feigns a challenge, but Wolfalone's coming off the ceiling. He's got his flip, gets the pass into midfield. Silky's going to be able to clean it up, however, and Toastables runs it all the way down that left wing towards the box. A great flick off the crossbar. Silky's able to cover it.
What a follow-up from Silky as well. I was watching the play unfold, and that flick I thought might have been on at first, but Silky just beating Luke to the ball. It gets the Spectre tied up again in this game, and we are not done with it yet, Dan.
Not anywhere close. Wolfalone with the win on kickoffs. Toastables forced to make a save. Luke gets the win in the corner, but Silky's just going to be there in a big volley play from Luke, getting Silky off the ball, but it's not going to be enough to allow an attack for the Flames. Toastables coming forward. He hasn't got any boost in the tank, but he doesn't need it. The flick over Luke. Wolfalone was not expecting that. The Spectre, with 15 seconds remaining, go 4-3 up and look to take the series.
What a goal to do it as well. Toastables. Man, that dude has to live in a library because these reads are out of this world. He just knows exactly what the Flame are going to do. He knows how to respond. Silky gonna put the nail in the coffin for this game, and they're gonna win. They're gonna take the series victory against the Flames.
Yeah, and normally I do a prediction before each series. I say who I think is going to win. This one I didn't, for the reason that I had absolutely no idea who was going to win. But I did have a hunch that the Flames were going to come and take something out of this. My hunches are now always wrong. Toastables, what a goal that was! Off the read off of the kickoff. There's not much you can really do as a defender. There's a pre-flip goal.
So many clip-worthy goals in this series. I would not be surprised if one of the players in this game walks away next week with a case of Balls Guarana, because they are showing off right now. Spectre 3-0 in this series as they take the game 6-3. But they've got 2 more games, and they're going to try and take both so they can round out the sweep.
Here's the idea right now. Spectre are in a situation in their division where winning a game 3-2, 4-1, 5-0 could easily promote them in towards that wild card position in preparation for the playoffs. The Flames, they now need to minimize any game loss in this one. They need to try and shut out the Spectre in these next 2 games and take this to a 3-2 by the end of game 5. Otherwise, they're going to come flying down that table.
Yeah, it's incredible just how close together all of these teams truly are. And the Flames have got to be sweating right now. They cannot afford to continue to give up games like this. They have got to try and salvage anything they can in games 4 or 5 before they let this momentum train that the Spectre have been building really get away from them. Uh, they've got to try and change something up. I just haven't seen enough from them offensively.
Absolutely. They've been I feel it's more systemic than just defensively. It feels like there are some miscommunications where one gets beat and then all of a sudden it's a 2-on-1 situation and there's not much you can really do. A great 50 there from Silky. But note for a second that before this game, there were 18 in the overall standings, there were 18 positions between these 2 teams. And if you hazard to guess which team was above which, Toastables with the goal, I think Silky faked a redirect attempt there, threw off the defense, they didn't commit, Toastable scored. But back to my point, you wouldn't think that the Flames were 18 positions above the Spectre if you were just watching this series without any prior knowledge for the first time.
No, I mean, you really wouldn't. The Spectre just popping off right now. They're really showing, it's something we've been mentioning on and off tonight, but they're really showing again how competitive this is. That the 27th ranked team can play the 9th ranked team and just, for all intents and purposes right now, blow them out of the water. For the Flames, you've got to try and prove why you're a top 10 team. You have got to get a game at least back, and that is, oh no! What a play from Luke, and Wolf alone just doesn't have the accuracy to finish it off. Luke ends up doing it himself, though, on the follow-up play, and the Flames back level.
A double tap for the ages with that one. Puts it behind Toastables. That type of shot is very difficult for someone at Champ 2 or Champ 3 to hit, let alone a GC to hit. And now he's just pulling it off like it's nothing to get the Flames even with a minute gone. Ball sent away by Silky. He's going to look to try and read a clear from Luke, and he's going to. Puts it in front of the middle, but Toastables is not there to cover it up. Wolfalone going to clear it out of the corner, and it looks like the Flames are just going to hold defensively. I say that. Ball comes dangerously in front of the net, and Wolfalone is just about going to make the save and now look for a counter-attack. He's already beaten one. Goes for the near post. It bounces off it. Luke's not there for the follow-up, but Silky balked that shot completely. And the Flames are going to look to hold and put the vice on in that offensive front.
And Luke just trying to do anything he can to get past this defense right now with the solo efforts. They worked once. We'll see if they can work again. But I still think that for the Flames to really start to pull away in this game and try and pull back 2 victories at the end of this series, they're going to have to start utilizing passing plays, because the Spectre sure have, and they have been paying in dividends for them.
And it was a call. I don't want to toot my own horn here. It's a call I made at the beginning of this series. I said passing plays are going to be the determining factor, and they always are in a Champion League match. And now we're getting to see just why passes are that important. That chemistry is that important. Doesn't matter how many solo goals you score in this league. you don't have a teammate that can carry his own weight and help to bring yours up, then there's nothing you can do. A shot attempt there, just wide. Luke's going to be able to grab it into his own corner. Silky with a great dunk, however. Wolf Alone forced to make the stop. Toastables goes up, tries to play it in towards the center, but Silky's going to back off. A good bump there from Toastables, but Luke, knowing that Silky's low on boosts, waits for the 50. It doesn't go favorably, but Wolf Alone's going to control it and send it deep into the Spectre's half.
And this could be an opportunity on the counter as well. Silky doesn't find the touch. Luke just gonna nail that through, and the Flames taking a lead yet again. Silky came oh so close to finding that touch, but close, no cigar. And that's gonna be a costly mistake for the Spectre.
And Luke, whilst he was set up to anticipate that touch, you've got to be thinking he wasn't expecting to be able to get a goal from that. You've got to be thinking he's thinking, okay, Silky's got this, I might as well just wait, start rotating back. But no, the ball comes in front of the net, he finishes it off. Flames lead with 2 minutes remaining.
We'll see how that affects their play style. I wonder if they'll become a little bit more defensive or if they'll keep trying to score down the field, because I really think the latter option is going to be more important for them, because trying to play defensively, you're going to give too much space to the Spectre to try and make something happen.
And an uncredited save there from Wolf Alone, but it doesn't matter if he makes the save or not. Luke's just going to carry the ball into the net. That's his hat trick from 3 shots. Toastables unable to control the ball. His teammate was all the way up in the offensive half. There's not much you can really do, but just hope that this kickoff's going to go better for them. The Flames lead 3-1 with 1:33 remaining.
That's a good touch from Silky on the side, but they've got to try and start upping their urgency. They can't go too far forward, because that's been the bane of their goals getting scored against them so far in this game 4. They've been out of position because they pushed too far up, but they've got to try and up the speed any way they can. Because 2 goals in about 70 seconds is a tall order.
And a little off-play demo again from, I believe it was Luke onto Silky. Stopped Toastables from getting the pass into the center, and now Toastables sends it long. Luke's never going to get on the end of that, and the Spectre bring it back to 1 with 1 minute remaining.
Yeah, and just a great shot from Toastables. He got just enough power on it. Luke was reaching, stretching for it, but not quite enough to find the touch. They get 1 back, and now they've got 60 seconds to find 1 more to climb back level with this Flames team.
Now, if you're a statistician in the chat, it's a very big word for me to say, especially with a lisp. If you're a statistician in chat, you may actually have been able to predict that that the Flames were going to lose this series based off of their previous win-loss records. They've been very checkerboard style with their records. They've gone win-loss, 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 win. This would be the loss, I assume. But right now, that doesn't matter. Silky looking to try and take this one in game 4 and get another win, but Wolf Alone just decides to go it alone.
Yeah, and that little bump on Toastables, really the key factor there. Luke, just so slight, but it moves his car just enough for Toastables can't get back around and leaves the goal wide open for Wolf Alone to take advantage of. It's not always a guarantee, as we've seen in this series. Open nets can most certainly not be scored on, but a great finish there from the Flames, and considering there's only 20 seconds left, should secure them the victory here.
Wolf Alone looks to take a shot on net, but it's well wide of the post. He now gets the ball, puts it into the middle for Luke. It's going to go high off the crossbar and out. But the Flames, they don't really care at this point. They've got this game, in their eyes, wrapped up. A double bump there. It felt like a bump into a bump from the Flames. And this ball's going to hit the ground soon. Maybe. We might be on for another goal. Nope, Luke can't control it. Flames will take game 4, a game they needed to take.
Yeah, they prevent the sweep. Spectre can't take all 5 now. And if they can take game 5, it'll at least mitigate the damage of this series loss for them. Again, game wins are so critical. Yes, the Spectre won the series, but game wins are really the crucial point of making it into playoffs. So the Flames still have a whole lot to fight for here. One single game in any of these series could be the difference between playoffs in them and watching them from home. So a lot on both sides, really, to continue to play for here.
And the Flames, if they take this win, their series record looks their win-loss record, my apologies, looks a lot more healthier than it would in the opposite direction. They win this, they go 23-17. They lose it, they're 22-18. It's a 2-game difference either side. But now, let's see if they can pull off the second game win for them this series. Ball's going to be played from Silky. It's going to go only as far as Wolf alone, who's going to try and clear it out of his own half. Toastables with the shot on net, and the ball's gone deep.
Oh,
Luke,
no.
Luke with the shot. It looked a little off target. Wolf alone looked to try and redirect it, but he put it too far into the corner. Luke with the fake onto Toastables. Unsure if that was intentional, but he'll probably say it was. And Wolf alone opens the scoring for the Flames.
Yeah, and he makes up for missing that initial open net by sending home the second. Could have been stranger there for the Flames had they not scored. It can do a lot to your momentum, but they're able to grab it there in the end. The first 30 seconds, Wolf not quite able to find that one. And the Spectres still look lively. They are not deterred by what's going on in this game, at least not yet.
It feels like the Flames have finally gotten some of that offensive mojo that we've seen from them all season going, but it's only a little too late for the series. They're going to try and take as many games as they can now. Silky looks to control the ball on the wall for Toastables to send it into the corner. Sent high by Luke. Silky's going to read it. Tries to put it behind Wolf alone, but a great back bicycle kick save. He's going to send the ball into his own corner. Now Toastables feigning he's going to go up. Feigns again, but Luke is steadfast in defense. He's going to roll the ball along the wall all the way down into the Spectre's half. Silky forced to play it over him. Toastables now with one man in the net. Looks for a demo or a bump play. Wolf alone thrown off a little bit by it, but forced to make a quick clearance. Silky! Silky with the read.
With the read, with the angle as well. Wolf doesn't get the best of touches, but Silky just threading the needle there, sending it in and through. And just like that, the Spectres, they get back level with the Flames in this game, 1-1 with about 3:30 to go.
Yeah, and it's going to be impressive to. It's going to be interesting to see how the Flames now take this one. And see how they try and come back. I say that, Wolfalo with a quick drive down the field. Luke's going to try and read the touch from Toastables. It's off target, and Silky's going to be able to control it in the midfield. Maybe look for a counter-attacker of his own. Plays it off the backboard. Toastables backs out of the attack there. Seeing the Wolfalo had him beat. Smart play. Try and grab some boost in the midfield, but he's got none to deal with. And Luke's going to control it. Plays it past Silky, and Wolfalo now looking to take the ball up the field, plays it past one in front of the net. Toastables recovers to make the save, gets a bump on Luke for good measure, and then plays it past him. They've been very back and forth with this offensive and defensive display. And just as I try to hand it off to you, Wolf alone says, no, we're going to score. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and that's just a poor positioning from Silky. He was too far up, and then he essentially got tripped up trying to turn around. It meant that no one was back in goal. It's an easy score for the Flames. And now with a 2-1 advantage, they still got a ways to go, but Luke gonna make it 3.
Yeah, he's going to make it. He's going to try and crush the spirits of the Spectre in this last game. That shot right there, he catches it clean, just under the crossbar. There's not much you can do defensively unless you're prepared for a shot like that. It was sent flying into the back of the net, and now the Flames, with a 3-1 lead, 2 minutes 40 left. Do you think they can take it back, Sliggy?
Oh, I definitely think the Spectre has what it takes to be able to get back in this game. It's only 2 goals. If they score 1, it gets them back in the zone, but it's going to be a little bit harder now with Luke just sending that one through to expand their lead now to 3.
Buffalo with a little thanks in the chat. He doesn't think that one was on target. I think it might have been, and Luke may have just stolen that. But either way, the Flames now lead 4-1 with just over half the game remaining. I don't think the Spectre can come back into this. I don't. I think this one's all percent.
Oh. Well, yep, that would have been a way to change your tune, but especially now with absolutely no one going to be able to reach that back, I think a 5-1 scoreline, not impossible, but with how the Flames are playing right now, definitely improbable.
It's a counter-attacking style of play. It's a wait for the mistake from your opponents and take advantage of that style play, and it's worked brilliantly for them in Game 5. If they can continue, if they just could have been doing this a game earlier, they might have taken the series. But now, Toastables looks to control the ball in his own half, gets a demo onto Luke, and he looks for the second one as the ball comes floating towards the box. Silky with a shot, but Wolf Alone's already up to read him. Can't get the clear, however. Toastable's going to keep it in the offensive third. Ball comes daintily in front of the box. No one can get there, and the ball's going to be cleaned up by Wolf with a 100 boost.
And that goes right out to midfield to Luke as well. The Spectre have got to be careful where they're placing this ball right now. They're getting some space opening up, but time is running out, and it still is possible. Every passing second makes it that much more difficult for them. That's going to be one back there. It cuts the lead down to just 3, but 3 is a lot to ask for in 90 seconds.
Yeah, but it's still not impossible. As you said, a little double commit there from the Flames caused that one to basically be an open net for Silky to score on. And now the Spectre, they're going to try and employ the Flames' own tactic against them. Wait for the mistakes. Silky forced to make a great save off of the kickoff. The ball's going to go high. No, it's not. It's going to go in. Wolf Alone makes the lead go back to 4. Gets demoed in the aftermath, but it doesn't matter. The ball's already in the back of the net, and we're resetting for 6-2.
Yeah, and I think that might just do it for this game. I mean, the Flames just continue to put solid looks on goal. They're getting the scoring opportunities when they need to, and they're executing on them beautifully. A 6-2 lead with just slightly over a minute to go seems a bit insurpassable for the Spectre team. But the Spectre have still got to be pretty happy with the fact that they come away with a series win here nonetheless.
Yeah, they were 2-5 coming into this. Now they're 3-4 with a better record than they did coming in. And you've got to be thinking that this is all they could have wanted out of this game, to have such a dominant start to the series, taking all 3 opening games. They wouldn't really mind to having lost these last 2 games. Wolf alone makes it 7 with a great shot behind Toastables. There was no way he was getting on the end of that. Luke's pass was picture perfect, right into the midfield. Toastable almost got on the end of it, but he just couldn't get his car wrapped around. The Flames, they're going to be disappointed that they couldn't take the series in such a fashion that they have been taking these last 2 games. They've been dominant in, for a lack of a better word, and the Spectre have had no real response to them.
Yeah, I mean, the Spectre are essentially going to feel like they got away with one here with how well that they played in the first 3 games, but the Flames, it felt like it just took them a while to wake up. They were the sleeping giant, and then once they woke up, they were able to start just pouring on the goals, but it was too late for them to try and win the series. They grab 2 games back at the end to mitigate the pain of that loss a little bit, but I agree with you. I think they're going to be upset that they didn't play like this earlier on.
Yeah, and the Flames, whilst taking game 5, they're going to lose the series 3-2, and that's going to wrap this series up in a nice little neat bow. Buffalo with 5 goals in that one from 6 shots. He was a sniper with that ball. And you got to be thinking, uh, this is not the result anyone really expected coming into this series. Even if you're a diehard Spectre fan, you just don't expect them to be coming up against a team that is like 18 positions in front of them and be able to dominate them in 3 games to take the series, and then take uh give them a close game 4, and then, even though they got whitewashed in game 5, they've still got the series win. You don't see that very often.
No, I mean, you really don't. And what makes this series so much more interesting is in games 4 and 5, the Flames played like I sort of expected them to. But in the first 3, it just felt like they couldn't really get anything moving. So a bizarre series all around. But one of the biggest takeaways I think we have from this is how many clip-worthy goals were scored in this series. I mean, we saw banger after banger being placed onto net, and it really makes me wonder how much more we're going to see over this weekend. How much crazier goals are we going to be able to see, Dan?
I have got a few predictions on which games are going to cause the craziest goals. Possibly the one coming up next. I feel like this upcoming game could easily be a banger of a series. It is, of course, the Express versus the Hurricanes. It's a Foundation League match that you yourself will be casting. I can't wait to watch it personally.
And don't forget, everybody, to continue to clip those plays and send them in to us. Winner does receive a case of Balls Corona, courtesy of Balls Corona. And speaking of Balls Corona, we have the winners of last week's Play of the Week, which we'll play right after this. Don't go anywhere. More Rocket League right here on Minor League Esports.